Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and we're going to check the temperatures and all the features of this 1.7 liter Mainstays plastic kettle. We're going to do an unboxing. So you can get this at Walmart for about 15 bucks. My box was kind of damaged, but these things don't seem to last very long in stock. So I had to take what I could get. Alright. Got a plastic base. Looks like that's where it plugs in. Alright. So it's kind of big. It says it's got a hinged lid. And that's where it plugs in. So it's going to sit on the, and it has cord storage. That's one thing this thing said it had. So the cord storage, it must just wrap around the inside here like that. And then you can come out this little hole on the side. So yeah, it does have cord storage. So this is all plastic through here. It's got the Walmart symbol on it. Model 550236. Okay, so you're going to want to get the cord out this little area here so that when you set it down, it has a place for it to go. And then, yeah, it sits on there really well. Okay, so the cord is not super long. And it's just a 2-prong cord. Okay, so the main reason I got this is so it can boil some water. I'm going to be doing some videos on some pour over, some French presses, and a pour over coffee maker. But this video is going to focus on this. So you got to lift the lid right here, and it does have a little thing that holds it tight. But inside there's a huge heating element. Now this thing does have a filter, it said. It's this thing right here. So it's just kind of keep large things off of or out of your drink. I can see water can get in around that bottom side. So it's got a minimum and a maximum, and it says don't fill above the maximum and don't fill below the minimum. But unfortunately it's just got liters on it. So I did some searches. So this is about 7 cups of water. So it's going to boil about 7 cups of water. It's got a nice big handle. Again, there's your electrical connections. So this is what they call a cordless. It's only going to heat when you've got it on the base. And then you can lift it up and pour it. This is supposed to be a lit switch. And it's got a nice feature, so say you forget to put water in here, it's supposed to automatically turn off to prevent it from like boiling, preventing that heating element from coming on with no water. So we're going to try that out. Okay, so I've got it filled up to the max, almost, but be careful. It's easy to overfill it. So I was filling it up, and it's easy to fill. There's like a big space that you could add a bunch more water. But it says don't fill above the max line. So we're going to snap that down. Put it on the base. Okay, the switch. Okay, so it's going to be the opposite of what you think. So up is off, down is on, and I've got a little blue light on. So we're going to time this and see how long it takes. And again, I just want you to see the switch. So down is on, and then that little blue light comes on. And if you throw the switch up, that's off. But we're going to keep it on. Okay, so we're starting to get some bubbles coming off the heating element. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. It's starting to make a lot more noise. Starting to get some temperature coming up. Some steam. So this thing is pretty loud. It's starting to make quite a bit of noise. Okay, so it's been about 7 minutes. The switch clicks off. You get a really fast boiling action. And then it, yeah, like I said, the switch clicked off and it stops boiling. So now it's really quiet. So let's check the temperature. You're getting some steam coming out the top. It is a little hot coming off the top. It's easy to lift up. It does pour pretty easy, yeah. I like that that stays put so you're not going to get a bunch of scalding water out. Okay. Let's check temperature. Yeah, that's really hot. 193, 194. That's really hot. So a cup of coffee is usually around 165. So yeah, that's really hot. So this pot is not insulated. So this is extremely hot right here. So you got to be really careful. The handle doesn't get hot, but boy, where that water is, even up here where the water is not, this pot gets really hot. So with that switch, since that switch clicked off, it's not going to keep this water hot. Now this water is extremely hot and it's going to stay hot for a while, but there's not like a warming function that keeps the water hot. So let's say you pour a cup of tea or a little cup of coffee or something, and then this cools down and you want to heat it back up. You're going to have to push that button down to heat that water back up, and then this will click off again. And there, so it didn't take very long to heat it back up. The switch clicked off, and now you can get some more water. But you know, the plate, I want to check things. This isn't hot. This isn't too hot. The plate's maybe a little warm. Like I said, yeah, this thing's all hot all around. So you got to be really careful of this. Okay, so here I've got a 12-cup coffee pot. Let's just give you an idea of how much water this thing will produce. I'm going to dump that water in. And I'm going to dump this water in. So it does pour nice. It's not going to come out real fast. It says it's anti-drip. Yeah, I'd say it's anti-drip for the most part. So you can see that's almost the exact quantity you would get from a coffee maker. So it's about 11 coffee maker cups, which is about 7.2 cooking cups. So let's try the feature. I've got it emptied of water. It says it'll shut it off if there's no water in here and I turn it on. Let's see if it shuts it off. So yeah, it shut it off within about 5 seconds. Now, it didn't throw the switch. So there's a different mechanism in there. So it left the switch on, but it turned the blue light off. Because you got to remember, up is off. That's gonna take some getting used to there. Okay, so I've got it filled up just above the minimum line. We'll see how long it takes to do the minimum amount. So again, it gets pretty loud. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes and the water's starting to really bubble. And this is when it usually clicks off. Yep. So right at 3.5 minutes, it boiled the water, which water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's check the temperature. Yep, still really hot, almost 200 degrees. Wow. Okay, so it says this is a 1,500 watt heating kettle. That equates to about 12.5 amps. And you do notice it. So the cord does get, you know, it doesn't get warm, or maybe just a little warm or something, but you can kind of tell this thing's pulling some amps. So you're not gonna be able to have much else plugged in on that circuit. So this is a pretty simple design. It's, you know, it's $15 at Walmart. This is Walmart's brand. You know, I'm not seeing any major malfunctions other than, you know, this is an extremely dangerous device. So I would not have this anywhere around where kids could get to it. They could just get burnt by touching the side of it, you know, and they could, it's not real tippy or anything, but boy, you would not want this around anything that could get burnt. So, because it does get the water, you know, it gets it hotter than a coffee pot, you know, so this thing gets it really, really hot. So let's go over cleanup. You're not going to want to get water anywhere near this, anywhere near the electrical connections. The lid is not removable. The directions specifically say don't try to remove the lid. You know, cleaning is going to be rather tricky. So you're going to have to get a brush and kind of brush down in there with some soap and water maybe, and then rinse it out really good. But again, you're not going to want to get any water around here or here. You know, this is pretty, you know, it's not super, super thick, rigid plastic either. So again, don't remove the lid. So cleanup could be a little tricky. And you can descale it like a normal coffee maker. You know, for 15 bucks, if that thing had a bunch of lime deposits on it, I might just get a new one. But you can descale it with vinegar. And you would fill it up to about here with vinegar and let it boil. And then rinse it out with soap and water to get the vinegar taste out. But you can descale it with vinegar. So again, this is just a dad. This was a quick video on an unboxing and kind of how to operate and how this thing works. I'm going to be using it for my pour over coffee maker and my French press. So I'm going to be doing several videos on these. If you could, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. I check my comments on a daily basis. If you've got any questions over this or any future videos you'd like to see, I'll be more than happy to respond. So thank you for watching, and if you could, please like and subscribe.